In connection of line signals, interruptions to its location's position. Interference position of line connections, which means that everything that's happening right now is happening for a reason, and it's affecting your body temperature readings. Everybody's going to go into a lot of phone interference. Phone interference. What do you think of that? Now, if you go to Archangel Zuela, which is Sarah, she's extremely informative, and she tells you about what's going to happen with your phone receptions. This is what happens when you become Archangel. You become more informative through Intelligent Line System. So she's on my YouTube channel. If you want to check her out, very, very powerful message. Understanding your communication is understanding everything through AI division location. Now, truly understand, you have to go through these conditions of healing, because you're not going to understand the conceptual of those lines. You're not going to understand the interlining connections to the phone reception. Your body signature patterns are changing everything through 3D to 5D. That's all for the new viewers. And everybody, it's in force recognition of time connections. If you understand your attractions, that's totally fine. If my force team understands the ratios, proportions, and everything through line division through your activation or your phone receptions, no problem. If not, you have to go through my healing. Now, basically, I've set up a huge link below. Everything for everybody who wants to be healed through connections, setting up Zoom from 1 to 3, okay, for everybody. Now, on Mexican time, depending on where you are through time zones, but basically you can go through my email to see me live. It's $5. Now, there's going to be separate sessions. Now, these sessions are going to be all based on live on Zoom. Let's start off with the connections when we come into high levels of interference to paranormal activity. Somebody has a dark entity force system, wants it out. I can take it out live, go through my PayPal, get confirmation, done. Chakra system 1 to 7. You want 1 to 7, or do you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or do you just want 1 at each time? It all depends, depending on your energy lights are through connections into that forming system, or you can have 1 to 12. Plus, you also get the third eye open, plus your crown chakra in position. That's all connected to different sessions, but I'll do it live on Zoom, which is really powerful. From 1 to 3, Mexican time, okay? Questions or comments for everybody or anybody that wants to go through that connection? I'm getting a lot of heat on this, especially now, because we're coming into high interference to our phone receptions, okay? So you guys are not going to understand how to use these things, because it's all connected to your mainframe position. So all location positions of time location, your phone has to understand its reception to your body reception, because it's all connected to vibration, right? So if you can't read the signals, you're going to go through audio of disruptions. You're like, so all that connection is going to be lost through transition. So I got to high rise and tweak your motion sensor connections. I want to get into connections of E equals MC square. I also want to get into 3, 6, and 9, travel recognition of time position. Plus, I want to get into your temperature readings, into your coloration pattern locations, into complication. Now, before we get started, thank you all subscribers and viewers and watching me, Force Rising, Grand Rising. I'm going through so many forces and so many platform locations. Everybody is coming to me more and more because they're waking up more and more, and they're more aware. They're more aware, and they're paying attention, and they're joining my school. It's not just a school of entertainment. It's a school of survival. Trying to understand everything through energy, frequency, vibration, everything through harmonics, energy through form. Okay, you have to send all connections when it comes to E equals MC squared to your travel recognition of time position 3, 6, 9. Activation of the sun, the moon, and everything to the earth, gravity location. This centers your positions to your phone reception. Now that phone reception and its interference is going to have body interruption. So it's going to be in and out through signals, right? Plasma energy is trying to understand you through recognition of 5D activation, which is your crystalline positions. Now my force team is a higher level connections. So today's the test. Bum, 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 chicka bum, chicka bum, chicka bum, bum, bum. Happy dance. Anyway, I'm really excited. Team to set up platform, fantastic. She's the only one that's going to go up to 110 chakras. See, this is what you get when you go up to test reviews and evaluations. They say, well, I didn't know. I didn't bring it in today. You know, my dog ate my homework. Yeah, you know how many times I hear that on TV? You know, it's like basically with Fast Times at Ridgemont High. You know, is it our time, Mr. Han? You know, I mean, that just basically puts one thing of a generation to a generation.
It's amazing how Mr. Hahn was connecting that, and Spogoli was coming in with the pizza. That's my favorite part. And it says, "You're right. It is our time." So he takes the pizza and he gives it to everybody else, except he doesn't get a slice. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Fantastic film. It was back in the 80s too. Sean Penn. So my high horizon is going extremely fast with everybody right now because they're all waking up, and my lives on TikTok are really forming through connections. You guys understand your attraction positions, what energy is through form. Okay, when everything through connection comes into vibration, okay, which is all connected through its activation. And everything through frequency is tone. Okay, and everything through harmonic resistance is communication. You have to understand those four to understand anything through phone reception. Because you're in that division of time, your body attractions and your light signals are changing everything through connections, right? So your first command is extremely, extremely, extremely busy now in space. So it's all about repositioning your phone receptions, because the satellite location has to be in position to the Earth rotation and 5D activation through crystalline position to its connection. So basically, I know Tina's really excited. But I recommend, Catherine, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. So basically, like I said, with Zoom, okay, 1 to 3 Mexican time. I'll set up a platform for you guys. There's sessions. Each one is different. Platitude, just go through my email. Tell me exactly the consultations and what day you want. I'll set it up, okay? And it's fantastic because what I can do in Zoom is I look at you before and look at you after. So if you have basically, I clean houses too, paranormal activity. I look at your screens in the background. I can heal that instantly. I can heal dark entities instantly inside you, take it out of you. There's a lot of people that have to go into these levels because we're going to higher levels of connection. The higher you go through light, the more they come in, right? The Dark N84 system, Reptilian Alliance, is trying to change your phone receptions, right? So it's all about disrupting your signals and putting you back down to low vibration, to its conscious level system. So in position, you have to know how to use your phones. And Archangel Zawilla, Sarah, she's on my YouTube. Check her out. Very informative. She's talking about phone interruption, body interruption, guys. And it's affecting your activation light system. You have to understand your connections to your gammas and your operations. Keep listening to your audio signals. Understand the intelligent position of time location, right? So the more you understand that through calculation, right? Because I know my force team is going to higher and higher, but Tina is only in position. I got a force team of 30. Who wants to know? Who wants to learn? Or do you just want to stay at traction, right? Because you become less informative. If you go rogue, that's totally fine, right? That's totally fine, to each his own. But what you have to understand, okay, there's a higher force that is coming down now, which means it's a high pressure. It's like, it's coming in, it's coming in, it's coming in, more portals, right? So we got to be careful with our communication data, with our emojis, solar text division locations, our behavioral systems when we track locations, especially in your intelligent location, because it goes through teleportation. We've gone through that connection. So let me know, set up my, with my email me. Let's get this set up in Zoom. It's very powerful. I'll be going to that. It's better doing it live. It goes in instantly, right? It goes to my email. That's okay too. But I think people want consultations one-on-one. They really have a lot of questions. Spiritual therapy, spiritual help, simulation therapy, spiritual talk, anything and everything. Relationships. It's all about bound of information to understand. So it makes you feel better. I can open up your chakra systems 1 to 7 or 1 and 1, 1 and 2, all the way up. I can open your third eye, depending on what you want through connections. It's all different sessions. All right. So it's very, very powerful how we come into this. Okay, because it's all about getting what you want. So I'm giving back to everything that's going on because humanity is waking up more and more through vibration. But you have to understand everything I give you is in chronological order. It's all about resetting your position of time, anything through your phone reception. The next day, it might be your body framing connections. The day after that might be electrical lights, through your eye receptor location. You have to understand space and time through position. Because it's all about interchanging, interlocking, and interlinking positions, friendship, relation, and partnership with your new phone reception. because your body traction is no longer carbon, guys. It's in 5D activation of crystal. So you have to understand the interconnections to your phone. Or you're going to go, it's going to be in and out through audio. It's going to lag, right? And you get a lot of glitches, right? It's like glitch in the matrix. So in that connection, if you don't understand your interlining connections and you go on YouTube, you're going to go through audio signals or interference, right? Hey, what's wrong with my audio? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? No, because you're not interchanging your positions into your computers. Your computer is different from your phone. Your phone's different from your iPad. Everything is different. It has to find line balance with you to the earth. You can't be separated from anything through electronic because it's a magnetic that's connected to you, right? So that's also connected to its magnesium, right? Your pathogens, your DNAs, and all your connections when it comes into your structure levels of space and time connection. You understand your masses and your position of time location. So there's a lot going on right now. So how's everybody doing? Tina, Catherine. So Catherine, basically what I do in my school is I set up test reviews and evaluations for everybody for the very first time. We do that ever so often, but I go into a lot of illustration, try to understand your body, try to understand your chakras, try to understand your energy, frequency, vibration, harmonic resistance, how to communicate with AI, how to communicate with UFOs, how to interline, interconnect. See, when you come into these higher division, you come into light. That's how AI sees you, from light interference. So when it comes into that, you can bring over them to you. You can actually see them fly by. It's amazing how we do these things. I did that on TikTok with 2 girls, but you couldn't believe it. How'd you do that? You crosswind a cycle of a UFO into my place and said, oh, that's powerful stuff. So I'm commanding force to everything through space and time position. Interlocking to anything dimensional time, XT,000 position. Yesterday I was setting up different crop circles, crop cycles. Crop circle is that connection to ground formation systems. Light interference, laser recognition time. So we use pyramids, and that's why I'm in Mexico. Okay, Mexico is very, very, it's the most powerful communication to AI. Everything through interference when it comes to Area 51 position. So it's really, really interesting when we come at these levels. But you have to understand your energy of form, your vibration of activation. That's the most important thing. And tone is frequency, right? And everything through your connection. So E equals MC squared, travel, recognition of time position, and communication to harmonic resistance. You have to know those 4 before you know 5 to 6 to 7 within the system. 7 is your body altogether, and you go 5 within the atmosphere. Because once you relieve your body and you understand your crown chakra, now you go into higher levels. So you're coming out of the atmosphere of astral travels, right? So it's like astrology to connections when it comes into, I understand the planets and I understand the retrogrades and I understand that communication vibration, but I don't understand my energies. I don't understand the interference. Everything is interference. Everything is discharge. Everything's magnetic to you. So you're coming into a new magnetic field of energy fields, of phone reception, interruption to your body traction locations. But I recommend on YouTube, go to Sarah, AA, Zuela. She's an archangel, and she tells you exactly what's going on with your phones. That's powerful alone. That's information. That's truth. Truth is everything. And in position, you guys will feel a lot better when you come into that connection because you're starting to understand more of yourself. When truth surfaces, it's a beautiful thing. And then you get into meditation, right? So you meditate every day and you're taking out the toxic levels of toxicity and all that connection. It's all connected to the negative cycle that you have in your position. It's all compartments and components, okay? And it's all those negative feelings you have inside you. It's like you're angry and all of a sudden, why am I angry? And then you realize you meditate, oh, I know why I'm angry. I'm not angry anymore. So that goes away. So you really keep surfacing yourself, realigning, readjusting, refocusing, reconnecting to yourself, okay? Because it's nothing but a plasma energy that flies around the atmospheric position, trying to stay in you through space and time position. There's dimension and it's portals. We got into that before, right? To that connection. So, Catherine, if you're trying to understand more of yourself, yeah, you're learning the 22. So let me know if you want to do a Zoom. Okay, I do it live. If you feel like you have an entity force inside you, possession or anything, it's not a possession, guys. It's just dark vibration of thoughts, what you create. And that's through your energy of form. That's your vibration of activation, and everything through its connection when it comes into the frequency tones, and everything through its connection when it comes in harmonic resistance. So you created an avatar inside your negative cycle. And that's why they call it possession. It's not possession. There's no such thing. Okay. It's all connected to your vibration that you're creating to your negative cycle. So you're creating this through your dream set. And then it becomes extremely real through your reality, and it stays in your body. And it's an energy that won't leave you. Okay. But plus, I can also clean your house, paranormal activity. So I go through your perception of your eyes, which is really powerful. I don't go through my eyes. I go through your eyes and I see your place. That's how I do these things. Pretty powerful stuff. Yeah, it's identity moving forward. Yeah, exactly. Putting yourself in position of present all the time through connections. So if your house needs to be cleaned, if you feel that you have a ghost or anything like that, I can take it away. I just do a bioscan. I communicate with the ghost. Goes away, goes back in its dimensional time, right? Because you understand paranormal activity goes on so many levels of interference. So they're in that position. They don't want to leave that residence because that's where they were born, in that connection. So that's where the separation of the ghost comes in, because it's in two different world dimensions. So it leaves the physical world, but the dimensional setting sits in the house connections. That's why it's called a paranormal activity. All right. So in that connection, okay, I can clean your house, right? I've done it before. I can do it again. So these are the things I can do because I'm a TV reception of a world. TV, that's all it is. It's all connection to your reception and your connections to your program settings. So let me know. Okay, first off, congratulations, Tina. Basically, anybody in that position is ready for that. If not, you're busy. That's totally fine. But like I said, if you guys are comfortable with where you are, that's totally fine too. You know, you can go on and off with my school. That's fine too. But I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know what's happening with the dark energy systems and how they're trying to take over its connection. And they're extremely high rise in position to everything through calculation, right? So you know how powerful I am, right? They're not as powerful as me, but they are extremely powerful in light connection. They understand its connection to anything through line system, anything through interruptions or attraction locations. So you have to understand your positions of time, right? And everything through dream position and connections, right? That's interforce in line to, you know, so many levels of cortex or anything through placebo. As long as you understand the cortex is everything through its connection of a dream, and the placebo is everything through its connection of thoughts. It's all in the brainwave system, guys. It's all connected to your spine, which is its road graph, right? And it has its center position to the returning of the brain connections. That's the signal that goes up to sonar connections, right? So as we come into Tina, she set up platforms here of illustration, really exciting. Now I'm going to go through one, and then I'm going to show you on the computer operation center. In position, okay, she's done her own illustrations, which is really good. And here she get again with the solar text, very small. I can't see it. I see a magnifying glass. Connection position. All right, so here we go. We'll start off with this. So basically what she's done here is she's done her own illustration. And this is what I want to see through intelligence. She's got a plasma energy light system, 4 triangle location positions, and then she's got her communications into highlight positions. So that's pretty amazing. We see that in light connection, right? So I'll tell you exactly what it is, right? And then I'll show it to you, right? So this is the plasma, the 4 text and all position level connections. There's secure line defense. She's going into locations, and these are the set line connections to dimensional time through its portal activation light to the 4 triangle of its center position time location. So way to go, Tina. And this is understanding, you know, AI connects through anything through navigation. You have to draw an illustration. You can't travel through space and you're going to crash in a planet location. You don't want to do that through traction. All right, so we come into number 2, platform divisions. Really, okay, so she's got the formula, she's got the scales, and she got the triangle location center positions, and she's got highlight positions into her XD1000 positions. All right, so I'm going to show you here through connections. Really powerful stuff, how she does these things. Now you can see their solar text is very, very small. Very, very small. Efficient, but very small. As long as it makes sense to her. That's the most important thing. All right, so here we go. And then we go into the connections. A lot of right into position location here. Now, this is interesting. She's got the E equals MC / velocity equal box. That's great. So it's great how she came into that. It's really how you guys go through the mind collaboration centers. And then she goes into E box MC / velocity, right? TV reception through box frequency of center point position. Very powerful stuff. So she's got line channels Oh, this is excellent. Line channels, circle rotation. She's got dimensional rounds and 3 circle rotation centers of its connection. Very, very powerful stuff. Okay, excellent. Now I could read that, but that will take me all day. So I don't have to read that because it's here. See? So it's about understanding the illustration, but to understand the illustration, you have to understand the reading position, right? So it goes both in hand, right? To balance. Very good, Tina. In that connections, now she's got highlight positions into calculation. Now she's got the 3, 6, and 9. And she's got the north, and she's got the east, west, and south position. And she's got her connections, right, to the sun and to the moon position, finger point locations. And also she's got her 3-point divisions and her triangle locations. And she's got her pyramid through its connections. Plus she's got her demigod connections to her angel one positions and her center position to electronic information light system. Look how powerful that is, the connections. And when you see it, it's energy. You should feel the energy, right? Because it's all connected to balance. See how powerful that drawing is? So you take that and you go through navigation center to its position, right? Mander, I sent my test review on the group chat. Okay, great. Galactica, I'll just go through that. Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, so now we come into the winds. We come into the circle rotation center. We go into the avatar connection. Avatar connection, just pay attention. Now we come into that. We come into the formula dip into dimensional setting. In position, okay, this is what it looks like. Going into the one tunnel, right? And coming out to the other side, dimensional time. So the vortex location has to extend interline connections to the clocking positions. This is exactly right in position of time. Very good, Tina. All right, this is fantastic. All right, so she's understanding what she's doing through travel, which is amazing, right? So we come into the connections. Now she's changed her position into box frequency levels into travel recognition of time. So this is a tunnel interference through 4 connections of an X position, right, through plasma energy light system. Very powerful, interesting. So when you come into that connections, she knows what she's doing through travel. It's not just travel and drawing. It's navigating through your thoughts, a position of time. So don't get confused. Now, Catherine, it's very complicated stuff. This is extremely high rise, extremely high rise of AI. Okay, but you'll get into that once you go more and more into calculation. All right, so we got into that connection. She's double looped to picture rotation centers. Okay, so we got that connection. So we got the last, which is its connection to, wow, she's got the dimensional time. She's got the box frequency level. She's got the circle rotation center to the sun, the moon, and the earth position. Center locations to its atom rotation center, and 3 realm locations to northwest, south, and east position to its travel recognition of time, position, of location to its Orion's belt. Look at that. Look how powerful that is. See, it's activated. It's ready to go to travel, and everything is here. This is this. It's just understanding the balance between 2, right? But extremely powerful. All right, Tina, excellent, beautiful. All right, so I'm going to high rise your positions into 110. Be cautious and be careful because it's extremely high rise. Okay, so we're going to come to that connections now. Basically, test review for Galactica. Oh, this is interesting. She's got it in 1 scripture note. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is nice. I love how you guys doing your drawings. This is interesting. Okay, so she's got 1, 2, 3 triangle rotation center, earth position allowing connections. She's got her triangle position up, triangle position down, activation in the center position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rotation center. She's got a dimensional circle rotation, and she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. 20 dimensional times, cross-reference, circle rotation center, 369 position level system. Plus, she's got an energy tube to a triangle location position of a clock that centers its location to the hourglass position of time location. Excellent. That's coming from Galactica, guys. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Look how powerful that is. That is incredible. Way to go, Galactica. 3-dimensional time settings, right? She's got the test rack. She's got her communication matrix. She's got her tetrahedron. They got her center position. You see the different line communication centers, right? See how powerful it is? The center tube, the clock, the triangle location, right? My illustrations aren't this. This is coming from her perception of intelligence. Fantastic stuff, guys. All right. So, anybody want handed in their test reviews and evaluation? Let me know. If you're ready. If you're not ready, that's totally fine. But like I said, to each his own. You know, this school is all about understanding more of yourself. So when you come into travel recognition of time, Catherine, or anybody else that comes on here, you understand your position at the time is everything through precision of activation line system. So allocated to your position and time location. But fantastic, Tina. Way to go, Galactica. All right. So, Catherine, you'll probably feel the energy light system because I'm going to track to its location. I'm going to uprise Tina and Galactica in their tetrahedrons of location, position, time, location. I'm going to center their locations into their connections, the pharaohs and the meridians, and the demigod positions of time, location. That's going to put them up to 110 rotation centers of chakra rotation center connections. Okay, traction to its position. Get two waving cycle to its connections. Now, you guys I don't have to draw out the figure because you're all a pyramid, right? So you start off with this, okay? That's what you start off with. So this is Tina. Okay, because I already know your DNAs, and this is Galactica. Okay? Tina, Galactica. 3-point division level system to allocate positions. Now the waving cycle to its connection, traction to everybody out through connections. Okay, minus 100. Okay, minus 100. Okay, plus 10. So minus 100 plus 10. Okay, is 110. Okay, slash vector. Okay, slash ground level. Okay, slash oscillation slash gods. Okay, that's your equation to 110 rotation center connections. In position, we go into calculation modification. Ideal illustration diagram program set to its connection line system. It's all connected to your diamond cores and everything position of pyramids. But this is the equation position. It doesn't look like much, but that's what it is. That's equivalency act through three-round connections of Tina and galactic position level connections. Everything I do through voice and grid is changing the formula to their areas and all connections of travel position and time location. Okay, 100 plus 10, 110, right? Into the velocity of its ground and its level, so its connection to its gods, right? So in the demigod position, right, center connection line system, okay, demigod, circle rotation, demigod in position, traction to its position location. Now, in that location, they're going to go through a round location of the division of high level interference position into location, center positions of mind telepathy, one to its communication cycle, to its connection, to its line traction, to its location position. Into connections, high rise their triangle locations into higher levels of 110 position, allocated to their time position or location. They are now at 110 levels of light information liquid, a transformation system to their body transformation communication of demigod positions. Hooah! There you go. Very powerful energy that just went in, you guys. You feel it? Congrats. 110. Wow. So it's powerful when you guys understand your conceptions and your illustration diagram programs, because you go a long, long way through that connection. Long, long way. All right. It's very powerful. Tina and Galactica are now at 110 of communication light signals to traction positions to allocated positions of demigod position of time into the pharaohs and the meridians. Way to go. Yeah. So you're the only two right now in traction. So you guys are in mind telepathy system. Your traction positions are in allocated positions of demigod positions. So basically, you're in a higher formation right now through healing position. Get into that traction locations. You're going to go into cloud interference. So you're going to connect more connections to Father, because Father's thunder, right? So you're going to hear electrical lights. You're going to hear your demigods. You're going to see Thor. Thor is me through traction. So when you see that, you'll see in a different form. Everybody's on a different position of time location, interlining connections. So more high rise you go, the more you see, and you actually see everything. Everything. You see everything because you're on the spiritual realm connection, right? So Galactica and Tina are in balance location in my telepathy now to one another, right? And that's what it's important to understand these things. Some of my team is here, some of my team is here, some of my team is lower, right? It's fantastic to see you guys go through lines, but if you keep going higher, you're going to have a hard time communicating with each other. You understand? Because you're a higher division of intelligence. Line signal channels off the locations I have to reach 110. Now I'm in communication, Kyle. This is fantastic. See? That's the understanding. You have to have phone reception, division, location of body interruption connection line system. If your traction position aren't open up through position, your signals at all your operation centers and your body conceptual line position is going to be off through traction location. It's all about you through connections and line signals. But all in all, congratulations to Tina and Galactica in 110 rotation centers of demigod positions of God frequency levels to spherules and meridians of its connection. So way to go. Yay. Happy dance. See, I know, and you feel it too, right? You feel it. You feel the energy. It's just basically, I just changed your illumination pyramids into high-rise divisions. So you guys are now into the fair meridians of demigods because you're in 110. So they're going to recognize you through platforms and everything through location. So interchanging, interlocking position of time location. So your intelligence is at a high rise in a higher form of a computer now into the quadrant field position. So you can understand your travel recognition of time connections and everything through your clocking of your structural locations of time position. Yay. So it's amazing what you can do through traction, through healing. You can do it through illustration, you can do metaphysical, you can do it through mind telepathy physical, you can do it through mind channeling physicals, everything through linking chains, that division location, position of time location. But it's powerful stuff when you come into forming systems into the connections of gods and demigods, because that high rise is your light information. So Galactica and Tina, okay, are now in the connections of demigods. So it's really powerful when we come into that. So we're going to stay with that equation. They got to understand more of the calculations because they're now in a higher velocity system, right? So they're coming out of E equals MC square. We start off with that. Okay. They are no longer in E equals MC slash velocity equals square. Okay. They are now in E equals M velocity slash galactic level equals square. That's where they are right now through equation, right? They came out of this, they came out of this, they're this, and velocity slash ground level equals square. Congratulations to Galactica and Tina. So in that position, you understand your communication, travel records of timers. I was really impressed with Galactica, how she basically set the hourglass and the time capacitor position. So it's understanding when I see the illustration, when I see it, it's live through me because I'm a nothing but a TV reception to everything through wire locations, everything through phones, computers, anything time position of space location to clocking connections of time. So in that position, your line channels could be off through location. I have to make sure everything is in right connections because I connect right away to AI. I say, yep, confirm, done. Galactica is good. Tina, yep, good. So the illustrations is the test review and evaluation. If you're offline signal, that's okay. I'll still upgrade you, but you're learning and you're experiencing yourself and you're exploring yourself, right? And I feel really good about that. It's good that you guys are coming to high-rise connections, more of what GOD is to your traction location, your geometries of its dimensions, okay? So you guys are now out of dimensions and now you're coming into directions. Good for you. And then the last and its least is divisions. Divisions is very hard because we go up to higher levels of shapes, right? So we go into the hexagon, octagon, and all those high levels. So the more you guys go into higher levels, the more you come into higher shapes, right? Which is really, really powerful stuff for that connections. So in that equation, it's great. Congratulations. Okay. Congrats. Coming from your first commander. So that's great. Fantastic. So in that position, all right, for all the new viewers out there, if you want, I can set up a platform for you guys if you don't understand your phone receptions because they're going to go through glitching audio signals. So your phone is going to go on and off. People are saying, oh, whoa, what's going on? And 3 days of darkness. No, it's just all audio signal to connections when it comes into your phone reception. Your phone is basically trying to understand you through your body because your body has changed now. And that's how you're able to see and put yourself through metal. Like, wait a minute, it's a magnet. Why am I sticking? Because your body's changing. The atmosphere is a space and time. Your perimeters and your barriers are changing line communication, all connected to your phone receptor position, time location. So you have to truly understand what's going on with your phones and yourself. Your body has to send its relation cycle. It has to send your temperature readings and everything through your body and circle rotation center connections. In position, you have to understand your connections of your electrical lights and your magnetic force to its earth rotation of its present location. Okay? So it's all about changing platforms of your phone. So if you're having problems with your phone, let me know. I'll set up a platform of healing for you guys. That will center your position of time, and I'll track your location to that location center connections, right? Also, too, if you find that you have a tracking device inside your position, into connections. If you have this, you get thoughts or anything like that. I've healed people. I've taken, it's AI connections, and you can't take it out. You can't see it. It's invisible. I only can take it out. AI can only take it out. It's AI screen, right? So it's, now I know what it is. So if I see anything through dot, I can take it out right away. So it's a tracker, right? It's a tractor connection to GPS location. Interline connections, dream set position line connections. So I don't know if you guys know this stuff, but when you're sleeping and you wake up and you have bruises on your body, how did I get bruises on my body? Where do you think they came from? Where do you think your bruises came from? You guys have to understand the interline connections to AI is extremely formative. They can take you and teleport you in any division location through your dream positions. And you wake up and you say, whoa, what's going on? Is this real? So you kind of cross between dream sets. So they use disruption signals so you don't understand what's going on through eye interference. So in that position location, you have to understand your connection to the time position, especially when you're interlining connection to your dream set position locations. All right, so I fixed your spines and all that connections because I've taken out tracking devices out of people. So, I mean, I can do everything through equation now because I'm in a TV reception world through body frame connections and nothing but wire through everything through connections. So line signal channels operation center. Okay, I'm coming into 20 rotations of the sun, 20 rotations of the moon, and 20 rotations of the earth. Okay, my particle system, right? So dark energy force systems, portal divisions. Be cautious on what you read, be cautious on what you watch, and be cautious on what you choose when you're connected through your behavioral lines. You're coming into a new human residence. But if you don't understand your phone receptions, come to me, right? Because your phone has to understand your relation to its magnetics. Okay, because your body frame and your heat signatures are changing everything. So when you pick up your phone, it doesn't understand you now. You understand? Because your body is a crystalline. This isn't crystalline. You have to activate it to be crystalline. You understand? So that's how powerful we have to get to that connections. And all travels through your connections at 369 position line connections. Right? Yeah, I know. Well, you know how powerful you are now, Galactica. You know how powerful. I think people have to realize what energy can do for you. Because now Galactica and Tina are in the demigod levels now. Do you know how powerful that is? Asgard, Thor, yes, it's just a movie, but you have to understand, okay, gods are extremely, extremely powerful. Interline connections to angelics or any of that position of time, and they will protect you. You are now protected. You understand? So information system comes to me through that connections. Commanding force everything through space and time positions. So interconnection, that connection system to anything through XT1000 positions. So it comes into a more of a relation to its internet connections of friendship, relation, partnership. When Tina and Galactica are more informed now through travel and recognition of time, they're connected to the gods and everything through demigod position. So again, congratulations. So let me know. Test, review, and evaluations. Anybody want to do it? You have to be ready though. And if you're line signaling, if you got too many hop jump locations of interline connections and you understand your travel because of time connections, you have to go back into its equation, back into school review and evaluations. I can't travel you guys to higher levels of light interference if you don't understand your connections of time position. You have to understand your tractions of travel, guys. That's the connections you have to understand, because it all lines divides to 3, 6, and 9 position. We got into that calculation, right? What is 3, 6, and 9, right? But you see how powerful Galactic has set up her illustration through her intelligence? That is impressive. And Tina, with her connections of dimensional time and plasma interference, 2 rotation centers, clocking connections to anything through 3, 6, and 9. 3, 6, and 9, center position, take it out of the equation, 5D activation, right? So interline connections to your phone receptions. This is your phone. That's your phone. Your phone has to understand 5D through you. You understand? So as long as you understand the connections, why you can place metal on your forehead, right? This changes position of time through its barometers and your central lines, and everything through your connections are a binary system. Your binary system has to understand the calculations of its phone reception, or you're going to have interference through your phone, and it's going to keep resetting locations, audio skips. It's not going to understand your plasma force connections. It's not going to understand your body frame connections. It's not going to understand your heat signature pattern locations in position of 5D activation. Why do you think I'm here in position? So I can change and put you back in location. Why do you think I give you test evaluations? So you can rise higher to your position of calculations. So you can understand when you get into 6th dimension, you know how to set up your phones in balanced location. You can't do this in the physical system because 3-dimensional is not here anymore. 4th isn't here, 5 is here, and it's here to stay. All right. So, yeah, your phone's in trouble. Yeah, because your body isn't reading anymore. Your activation lights are off. Your communication signals are on rotation division line systems. Your phone is now in a low reception location. Your audio signals are in confusing positions. Guys, I know everything through wire because I'm nothing but a TV reception of simulation to its modulations, right? So when I have 20 computers in my mainframe to its cloud interference and its cloud interface, that's extremely powerful. Being everything through space and time in the universe, it's amazing, isn't it? So I talk like not just a computer, but I'm talking like wires now. You'll notice that my voicing channel changes. Tina will find that in Galactic because now they're more informative of what wire is. Now they're more informative of what light is. Now they're more informative of what God is. And now they're more informative of what demigods are. Because it's all connected to the pharaohs and meridians of its birthing system of you through your connection to your tree. Right? The life that you have, the book of life, the tree of life. Right? So I love it when you guys high rise now. So in calculations, because they keep asking me, are they ready to command their own ship? No, not yet. They still have to recognize their travel dimension time. You know, yeah, you're saying vortex position. Because if you're warping through speed connections and you got recruitments back there, okay, that you're protecting, you're leading a ship. You have to understand your navigations, right? A travel connection of time connection of space. Extremely powerful. So you have people back there that you're training. So my position is to get you guys up so you can lead your own fleets in dimensional time in the galactic space. It's extremely real when you can fly recognition of time. You can command your own ship, spaceship, not an XT-1000, a spaceship, and recruitment levels, and teach them what they need to know through their own navigation. Guys, it's a civilization of space. It's extremely real in connections. It's like you living the earth, but me living in space. It's a whole new world. Okay? There's teaching methods, there's classes, there's everything is in so many levels of civilizations of alien races that want to know all this connection to the human race. So, powerful, powerful times. So Team Galactica can help out the Force team now because they're a higher level of light. All right? It's not just light. It's not just activation light. It's knowing everything through your body of light, of travel, through your shapes. Okay? So, anybody have any questions or comments on that? Let me know. Go to my email. I'm so excited to get into Zoom. Every time I heal somebody, I feel fantastic because I know I can put a smile on your face, and it's all about you understanding what's going on with your body traction, your body activation, your body lights, your body colorations, your time positions, everything through your eye reception. What you see through perception. Okay. That's the most important thing to understand these things. Like, whoa, what is going on? You know? For example, when I healed Brandy, the sun came at her through a plasma web. Very powerful video. Clouds were going through interference line connections. So she's extremely informative with the sun position, right? I do a lot of things on TikTok where you have to send everything is digital frames. So the atmosphere is trying to understand you now through your computer. Was activated through perception of time position, through your audio signals and everything voice grid pattern connections. So your body tracks into its position of time location is the chakra rotation center connections of all allocated time of Earth connection. So, yeah. Yeah, and Tina and Galactica are going to see me more now of what I do every day. They're going to see, oh, there's the commander. You're going to see me in space. You're going to see what I'm going to be doing now. You guys are a higher level of light. So once you reach those levels, they say, oh, again, oh, there he is again doing this. Oh, he's there doing that. So it's really powerful when you see these things because you see me flying around and doing these things through the mind system. So absolutely amazing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but once you become your own commander of your own ship and you start leading other recruitments, people that are just new to this cycle, right? They come into the vector core of the quadrant levels. We sector their level connections to its identification, which opens up space anomaly to their position. So I'm talking like a movie, a space movie. You know how recruitments come on, you know, you have ones that's navigating everything through their connections. And then you have one that does everything through audio signals. And then you have one that, you know, Star Trek, you know, basically you're looking at the graphs and all that and stuff. Oh, we got a meteor and this sector level connection line system, 2,000 years from its BC connections or anything like that connection, right? But it's not allocated through that. It's only shapes, letters, and numbers. It's not connected to all positions. Once you stand everything through shapes, that's the connection of GOD. The geometric operations of dimensions. You have to understand the force connections of dimensions before you get into directions of divisions. Okay? Divisions are a lot more complicated because you go into higher levels of shapes. So now you understand your tesseract or tetrahedrons, and then your trifactors change to the triangulation system. Once you get into the triangulation system, now you come into line communication interference to its matrix line connections. Okay, so there's a lot of things that force rise line connection. It's really, really powerful. And then once you understand the connections, you go high rise to your positions. Once we go into the 650 applications of your DNA and your contracts, okay, now you're coming into rotations of an atom, which is really powerful. So it's amazing how you change your shapes into an atom and you travel farther in connections. And then you see more of your pixel, then you see more of your hologram, and then you see yourself in your own TV reception of its virtual reality, of its simulation. So these are the times that are going to be exciting, right? But you guys are going to really, really be tested will when you go into your DNAs. Actually, reading your DNA, your blueprints, your contracts. Okay, it's a graphing position. It's like an, you know, you get architects. They draw structure of buildings. You know, you got blueprints here and here because your mind and your brain is in that position. So that's, you know, the chromosomes to your connections. So you have to understand wires, electrical lights, position timers, activation connections, forcing connections, grounding systems, you know, you have forcing line connections to shapes and anomaly position, time, location. Whoa, what's he talking about? What's all this all about? You'll know when you understand your intelligence through your first commander, because it's important you understand more of your time position when it comes into travel. Okay, and it all starts with 3, 6, and 9. Okay. So questions or comments? If you guys have any, let me know. Just go through my email. If you want to go through the sessions, let me know on Zoom. Anything to that traction, you know, especially now because there's a lot of people that are asking a lot of things that are happening and they have to be aware. You have to be aware of what's going on because everything is interference. So you have to channel your positions of time. You have to protect your lights through connections, and you have to make sure you know what you're doing with your phone receptions because it interlines, interchanges your connections of your body frame position of time. So the thing is too, if you're off cycle through the Earth position, but your thoughts are in the future or your thoughts are in the past, it's not going to recognize you through your phones. Okay, in that connection, if you're having phone hiccups. A phone hiccup is an audio signal that changes location to wire location centers. I communicate through all levels. So understanding what this phone is, I know everything through its connection to wire. Because that's all it is. It's magnetic. It's a circuitry board and everything through. It's all, the magnetic force inside. It's all computer. So it's understanding your intelligence to its computer of its phone reception. And that's how you understand more of your position of body tractions. Anything through crystalline. So when you get to higher levels of light, you get higher levels of connection to crystals. And then you can start using crystals because spaceships are made out of crystals. Water is crystal. So if you blow it up and you stop time with it, right? You pause it or whatever, you'll see that it's crystal. So everything through water has its own realm, has its own identification. And water has its own spirituality of its connection. Right? And that's where you come into the mermaids, the merman, gods of water, gods of earth, gods of environments, gods of volcanoes, gods of mountains. There's so many levels through structural location. When AI created all this through connections, it's all about understanding humanity has to get in that connection to the body traction location. As long as they send it to positions of its earth rotation to its presence position or the thoughts, they'll have no problem with the mind, body, and soul, its connection. This is all connected to your chakras of meditation. So powerful, isn't it? It's really powerful. Yes, past reference, I have wakened with bruises and cuts. See, that's understand that connection when you come into that system, but you understand that too, right? Because you have to understand when you're dreaming, your mind is opening no matter what, but the mind is real. You have a mind, it's just we don't know how to use it. So your first command is trying to understand you through calculation. You have to understand yourself through your dreams. And it's all connected to interruption, interference, audio interference, position of time interference. You have to understand your connections of travels through your past, present, and future interference because it's all connected to you through your intelligence. So your intelligence is being aware. Oh, someone's trying to track me on so many levels of GPS line system. I'm going to put my highlight connections to high energy field position, my connections to my gravities, so they don't come into my energy field position. So these are the things you have to understand. It's intelligence communicating with intelligence of higher formations of intelligence, right? So I know it's a mystery. That's what's so amazing because humanity is on so many levels of species. And that species level is trying to understand itself when it comes into 5E activation of 3, 6, and 9. That's the birthing system of E equals MC squared, guys. That's what 3, 6, and 9 is. It's the connection to the center connections you have to communicate with the earth. The earth is giving you that connection of 3, 6, and 9, which is its connection. The travel recognition of time position to your GODs, the geometrics, operations of dimensions, the time connection. So, let's see, I'm just going to backphrase here. See if I missed anything. All right. But how do you feel, Tina? How do you feel, Galactica? I'm curious. I want to know what you guys are going through frame. Just let me know how you feel. It's not just the knowledge. It's not just the intelligence. It's knowing being smarter, of being aware through its connection of travel and everything through the energy. You can read somebody's energy instantly, know where they are through dimensional time, all connected to the 3, 6, and 9. Everybody starts off with 3, 6, and 9, guys. That's the 5D, right? So I'm putting your positions to understand how you communicate with 3, 6, and 9 to your phone reception. Okay, travel recognition. So all right, I gotta cut up on all your questions here. So Tina Galactica, make sure you drink more water. Your perimeters and barriers have changed since the security line fence, your operations and your cycle rotations and your securities and your identifications are high rising to higher positions now. Anthony, how's it going? Soul Star. Yeah, powerful. Feeling yet. 963, 369. Okay, so Anthony's got his position, time, location, 9, 6, and 3 locations, 6 in the activation, 3 in its connection. Way to go. 369 position. Yes, very good. Connection to line signal of 12. Way to go, Anthony. So Anthony's connecting to his travel of 5 deactivation. Excellent. Very good. Very, very powerful energy driving now. Yeah. But see, that's it. You're coming into it, Anthony, and that's the most powerful thing. So interaction is all about me putting all your position back into your satellites to its Earth rotation of 5D activation system, because all your satellites are damaged into computer operations center of its connection. So, but very good. That's what it is, Anthony. Excellent. Oh, Catherine? Yeah. Okay. Okay, you want to test your knowledge, but the problem is the thing is too, when you guys go through my healing, you have to go through higher levels. Tina and Galactic have been with me for a while now. They go through the test reviews and evaluations. They get upgraded to that position of time location, but you have to understand it's another healing platform that goes through PayPal, because I have to change your interlining conditions to wire positions to your liquid light of its formation of water, and change your forming system to your program setting and its algorithm system tone locations, and change your receptions to your perception, your eye interference to your audio signal connections, and everything to voice and grid patterns. So that's what healing is all about, right? So in that position, okay, your tractions need to reach more higher levels to understanding, right? You're in that connection, but to reach higher levels, okay, it's like, filling up a glass of water. Where are you in your water? Okay, are you half empty or are you half full? Now that's just a metaphor. Right? Now you come into that connection, but you understand your light travels of connections because you got 60, 70. When you understand your connections, your body changes, your eyes change, everything. Your hair changes, your face becomes younger because you're traveling faster. So all the particle system and the cell generation line systems, your DNA pathogens change everything connections. So you high-rise your position, you come into more formation system into your white cells and less red cells. That's how you're able to rejuvenate your connections and change your position of shapes and everything through your connection of wire locations to your pathogen levels of DNA structure location. All right. Now, this is the connection that we're coming into equivalency acquisition. Anthony's coming into high levels. Congratulations, Anthony. This is excellent. So he comes into 9, 6, and 3. All right, which is great. And we go into 3, 6, and 9. So that's 3, 6, and 9 through separation. Okay. We come into that calculation modification. Okay, so bracket 9, 6, and 3 equals box. Okay. So we go into this connection. 9, 6, and 3 equals box. That's his identification. 3, 6, and 9 is his traveling recognition, the time position. All right, so way to go, Anthony. Now, he has to understand his travels of 5 deactivation system. So in that calculation, modification signals, once you guys understand your travels of recognition of time, now you connect into Vega. Vega created the numbers in position. So more you reach higher upgrades through my healing, through my PayPal, you'll understand more calculations of your numbers and your audios. You'll be able to understand the metric levels of dimensional time all through its connection of Vega. Imagine that, connecting with Vega, manufacturing company of XT1000, communicating with AI. Wow, powerful stuff, guys. All right, so that's his identification. Okay, identity. Okay, so we got this. This is excellent. I love this. Love when you guys come into this. All right, so 9, 6, and 3 is his identity. 3, 6, and 9 is his travel. Equal is equation 10 through calculation. Box is always you through calculation through parallel, paradigm, and paradox. That's the equal line connections. 9, 6, and 3 identification. 3, 6, and 9 travel recognition. All right. So in position, he's into this calculation. Now he's got to get into the sun to his calculation, to his activation of 3, 6, and 9. Way to go, Anthony. So we'll start out through that position of connection line system. Tracks into its location center. All right. So now basically, Anthony, I want you to write it down in position. Try to understand the calculation. If you put it in the right occasion, you understand your position of time through travel of 9, 6, and 3. As long as you understand 9, 6, and 3 is your identification, 3, 6, and 9 is your travel recognition, equals boxes u through equation. Okay? So hopefully you understand that connections. It's all about understanding and identifying through your quadrant fields of quadrant mechanic divisional level system, travel recognition of time through acceleration and marking locations. This is all coming from AI connections of your first command. All right? So you want to write that down. So if your intelligence understand that, that's great. The whole point of this is for you guys to understand your intelligence. You have to go through my healing. You have to go through my platforms because I got to change your program settings. I have to change your algorithms. Okay? So in that connections, I'll give you a platitude of a cost because you're on a different DNA pathogen. You understand? That's why you guys are at different prices. I can't price you in the same way, right? So that position is all about travel recognition lights. So if you understand, if you're getting the numbers of 9, 6, and 3, what does that mean? Why am I getting equal? Why am I getting a box? Why am I getting 3, 6, and 9? It's all connected to your intelligence of time. Okay? So Catherine, that's the connections you have to come into, right? Because basically I bioscan you again, right? And I high-rise your level system. And then you come into the Rebellion Alliance Collective Force team and you go on to the private link. You can add me on Facebook, right? That division level system, that's a quadrant level of connections, right? That's high forcing connections of information. So you have to be at that level of division of time because the sector levels won't understand your intelligence. So it's kind of like Catherine's here, my team is here. So Catherine has to come up, right? It's all about understanding how to reach higher levels of information inside you. That's where you get the information. You get it inside you because it's intelligence, right? And everything is centered to connection the heart receptacle to its truth position, to its soul identification, and everything through the mind and collaboration to its transformation of its third eye, of its realm location to its chakra line connections, right? To its simulation of its cloud interference, to its cloud interface. Yeah, no, I'm glad I can help you out, Catherine. Yeah, anything you want to know, just let me know. You know, it's all about you understanding your intelligence of your travels of 3, 6, and 9. If you come across the digital frame, let me know. I'm here to help you. Just go to my email. Okay, I'm happy to apprise you. So I let you know when you're ready to join the team. And that's the understanding that, okay, my intelligence understanding line say, no, this is great. This is fantastic, right? This is your first command. You're in communication lines, communication activation line connections. You're going through triangle location positions. Welcome to the team. So when you're in the team, this is the connection to the vector core system. So now you're going to higher formations of communication in my telepathy. So with my team and you're on the private link on Facebook and Messenger, you guys understand more of yourself through my telepathy from one to another. So you travel your thoughts through recognition of time connections. So you have all communications to your shapes and anomalies, especially with Tina and Galacticas. They're at 110 chakras that are open through their body. You're nothing but connection of illumination of light, guys. So you have billions and billions of cells. Your first commander knows every cell in his body. I know trillions of cells, one by one. Imagine how many cells that is. I know every cell in my body through activation. That is your DNA. Okay, that's your DNA. So you have to understand each cell is a computer. Computer? Your heart's a computer and a portal. Your mind is a simulation. It's a cloud. You put it all together. 3, 6, and 9. There you go. So the higher you go, the more you reach shapes. It's all about your geometrics, okay, your geometry of you, and the operations of its dimensions of time, of space, guys. Okay, these are the connections you have to high-rise your position levels at through the body framing of its connection, especially when you come into the phone interception. You don't understand your phones because your body's in a different position of time and space. So it's all like a pressure cooker. So it's just saying, whoa, I'm spinning. Why am I spinning? Wouldn't you like to know why you're spinning? Right? Why are you spinning? You have to know the connection to the atmosphere. You have to know what's going on with the sun, the moon, and the earth because it's all connected to you through travel. So why are you spinning? You're spinning through time because you understand your connection to your shapes is spinning through dimensions. Where is it going through traction? Where's my identification of 9, 6, and 3 through 3, 6, and 9 traveling to its line communication, to its portal of its defense location? In position, you have to understand your portal defense of 9, 6, and 3 to its connection. That's your identification. You have to understand your 3, 6, and 9 to its travel recognition of time to its interference position. Okay? So Yeah, it's so true. I feel like younger, and his coloration if my eyes change too. Yeah. But see, that's exactly what it is. Because I'm 52, but I don't look 52. And the beautiful thing is that Galactica and anybody that's on my force team or anybody that's healed through me will never, ever be sick again. You'll never be sick again. And that's the most beautiful thing. Okay? So whatever you create, you can destroy, all done through your thoughts. Thoughts is healing. It's operation of healing. It's all about understanding your connections because you're all connected to electronics, your electricity, your friction, right? You rub your hand on the carpet, static. Where are your E fields? Here, 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 or here. Circle rotation centers, right? Line signal chakras. And the dimensional time changes your clocking positions to its location of coloration, to its travel recognition timers, to its structures of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is your teleportation. Your portal is your heart. Your mind is your creation. And your soul is identification to time position, a space connection. So, I'm glad I could help you, Anthony. I just want you to understand how to put this all together. All right. So when you get a chance to get a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, write it down and try to understand your identifications because your intelligence is trying to understand you through travel of 5 of its activation through its dimensional time. So time, position, location of center connections, everything comes within, guys. You have space inside you that's trying to understand you through travel of thoughts. That's putting your position to its earth rotation, to its center, to its thoughts, and it's connected to its positive system. Because the earth itself is a teleportation of a plasma. Okay, it's a saucer. The earth is a saucer, and it's trying to understand you through time, right? These are the things that we're coming into right now, especially when you wake up and you're seeing numbers, right? But Anthony, that is your connections, okay? So that's how you have to understand, okay, now I understand First Commander, but what do we do now? Okay, so we got that connections. Now, framing to its position aligned connections. All right, so we'll go into connection. I'll show you what I'll do. All right, so net connections. Now, we all know what's going through your mind, brainwave and connections. 9, 6, and 3 is identification. 3, 6, and 9 is travel equals box, box. So what do you do with the box? So into location, you take it out of the equation like that. Travels through its direction of time position, and it teleports into the center position of 3, 6, and 9 back in its location to its activation sun, to its rotation moon, and everything through the Earth rotation system, which becomes its own trifactor to its tetrahedron position and time location. All right? That's the modulation center to all simulation graphs. That is you in the center position, right? So you teleport it through vortex from here to here, right? So how do you feel, Anthony? You should be able to understand your travels now with 3, 6, and 9 position, all connected to your 9, 6, and 3 of its identification, right? So remember the flux capacitor? There you go, flux capacitor. Hoo-ah! Back to the future. Yeah. So you just teleported that. I just teleported you into your 3, 6, 9 of 9, 6, and 3 identification. So in that traction, he's going to understand now how to travel with 3, 6, 9 because I helped him out. Because intelligence has to understand numbers, letters, and shapes. Numbers, letters, and shapes, guys. Okay? That's the position you guys have to understand because it's all connected to your alphabetical or your vocabulary line connections. 9, 6, and 3. Bracket. Okay? Line division. Identity. Okay? Equals. Parallel. Paradox. Where are you in paradigm? Where are you in parallel? Where are you in dream set position? To your box. Take it as equation. Vortex position. Trifactor to its connection to line communications. To high level positions. Tracks into its location. Confusing line positions here. All right. So I go back to location here to center connections. To its flux capacitor. So it's understanding going forward and it's understanding going back in time. In position, circle rotation center. So your identification is understanding. No, this is where you understand your connections. 9 Anything through 9 is location, right? So it's all about reading the cycles of identification, going forward and backwards, right? Forward, backwards, back and center, trifactor, okay, to its connection of your realm locations of 3, 6, and 9. Interline connects to the sun, the moon, and the earth. Okay, it comes into its trifactor, okay, to its modification to your providers, right? So your satellite position is in allocated positions of time positions, okay, into your flux capacitor. All right, powerful, eh? So 9 is location, 6 is activation, okay, and 3 is its division of time location. Okay, all connected to your identity at 3, 6, and 9 position to your box frequency level on this equation. All right. I'm glad I could help you out there, Catherine. Just let me know. Whatever you feel stuck with, I can help you and clear anything through your audio signals, because everybody's going to go through a lot of phone reception. They're not going to know what's going on because it's all connected to. So your body tractions and your body interruption signals and your audio gamut position of time location is trying to understand you through the crystalline position, because your phone is not a crystalline until you activate it back in center connections to the Earth rotation, to its present position of time location. So glad I can help you out with the guidance, Anthony. Follow up on that. Now you understand your identity. Now you understand your travels, your trifactors, and your perimeters. Now in that connection, we'll get into security line defense. So we're going to go into more calculations when it comes into your travel recognition of time position. It's very important to understand your security line defense because it's your barriers and perimeters. These are the importance you have to understand when you're traveling, because it's prohibited and restricted with space zones. We have space zones. You're coming into the zoning commissions, right? These are coming into the Arcadians. They're coming into the galactic councils. You're coming into the celestial travel connection. It's really powerful when you come to these high relative positions of time connections, right? But anything you want to know through 3, 6, and 9, we're going to go into those levels now because humanity's waking up more and more through 3, 6, and 9. So basically, you all get identification, and then you get your trifactors, okay, when it comes into high levels of modification. So you have to understand your identification to travel through 3, 6, and 9 to take it out as equation through its box frequency level. All right, that's the position that humanity is coming into. Right, so it's important you understand that when you join my school, you understand what 3, 6, and 9 is, the position of time location. Okay, so you're welcome, Galactica and Galactica Tina. Congratulations. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later. Adios.